I just wanted some sauce on those zingers.
All right, everybody, welcome to the show. First and foremost, a couple shameless plugs. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, Rich Tomorrow. I upload content on a now daily basis and stream on a fairly regular basis, and I have new content coming soon. I have all of the raw footage fully recorded for this. This is a Steam machine. No, I'm not saying it goes into Steam Big Picture mode or Bazite, which is a great Linux operating system, but SteamOS, right from Valve, it boots right into SteamOS, and this little computer, not cloud gaming, not just simplistic pixel art games, can play AAA games at sometimes medium settings, 1080p, and it boots right into SteamOS, so it is a mini, tiny console that could do AAA gaming that could literally fit in your pocket. That video is coming soon. And also make sure you subscribe to my ASMR channel called Tech25 ASMR. I got some videos I'm cooking up right now for that channel, and I just uploaded a new video there fairly recently, and new content is coming soon. So make sure you subscribe to this channel, Tech25 ASMR. I'll have links to everything below in the description and top pinned comment. So Jacob R is a fantastic YouTuber who buys refurbished tech and gaming products from various different companies like GameStop and DK Oldies, you remember them? And essentially he exposes the fact that these companies sell refurbished products, and he shows if they're in either good condition, but most of the time they're in absolutely horrible condition. And one of the biggest offenders of that is GameStop. A lot of times you buy refurbished hardware from them and they use a magic eraser across the whole thing. He's going to show that here too. They do not open the inside of it and clean it. A lot of times they'll come broken or scratched up or scraped up, and they have the audacity to sell a lot of these consoles at close to retail prices that you could buy them new for. I'm not kidding. So Jacob R has been exposing this for a very long time. And GameStop apparently has caught on, and they're not happy. And I'll show you what happened to him in a little bit, but here is just some examples of the condition he has received consoles and other hardware from GameStop, and it's absolutely terrible. This is what Jacob R has to say. Here's Jacob R showing you the abhorrent condition he has received products from GameStop in.
So basically I started returning anything that wasn't as described, and surprise, a lot of the stuff they send me is not as described. Let me just run you through what I've gotten.
I can relate to that firsthand. Most of the stuff you get from them refurbished is in vile condition.
Over the past year or so. Okay, first, 4 PS5 Pro consoles, one never arrived, and the other 3 got returned because they had issues with anything from a controller microphone not working, a wrong USB cables included.
The Dollar General USB-A to USB-C cable, that is absolutely amazing. I mean, at least they put the analog stick guards. Good for them.
No console stands included.
Which is insane. Which is absolutely insane. I mean, we could go into the design of the PS5 and how it's so over-engineered and impractical. How you have to have that stupid stand. No, having to have a stand for a console to be horizontal is just... I need answers from Sony on that one. I have been perplexed by it since the 9th generation started, and I still have concerns about this to this day. It is amazing that they made a console that even when it's horizontal, it needs a stand. That is an achievement for over-engineering. They should get a golden award for that. They should have award for the most over-engineered console design ever, and Sony should receive the award.
Smelled like cigarettes, disgusting controllers, the list goes on and on. Next is 2 limited edition Spider-Man PS.
Yeah, everything you get from them used is always disgusting. It's always disgusting. The fact that they want the audacity that they want to say that they refurbish these consoles and the surface level dirt on the outside is not even addressed. Okay, it's so shady. It's such a scam, and they're absolutely ripping off people.
4s, one of which got returned because the faceplate was falling off and literally broken. No charging cable included, wrong controller included, and the console smelled like cigarette smoke. Also a blue PS...
Dude, this is my second take doing this because I forgot to record the audio from the video, and I said this before. I used to fix computers. That was one of the jobs I had. And dude, when you got a smoker's computer, whether you went into their home or, they let you take the computer and fix it for them, it's not just dust, okay? It's like this sticky nicotine tar yellowy dust that just is like sticks to everything. You can't just blow it out. It literally is like gummy. And God, what that does to electronics, it's so bad for electronics, especially when there were things like compact cassettes and VCRs or anything with belts, anything that needed like a mechanism to move. Those belts they would disintegrate. The cigarette smoke would just dry them out and just make them turn into dust. And then you would have all of this sticky nicotine dust all inside the computer or all inside the electronics, and it's terrible for them, and it's borderline sometimes impossible to clean. You can do it, but man, is it tedious.
PS5 that was returned because it quite literally overheated during gameplay multiple times.
I get the liquid metal. They probably half-assed opened this up, and the liquid metal, I bet there was issues in it. That's wild.
I also got a brand new PS5 that I kept because, well, it was brand new and it actually worked. And also a refurbished PS4
Well, like, Jesus Christ, I would hope so.
Slim that I kept because it was also actually fine. 2 iPhones that I bought for our Smoking Silicon channel that I returned because...
All right, I'm actually glad. I watched this a couple times. I thought that was just glue that was stuck on there. Apparently, they're doing this to protect the camera. Okay, fine. I missed that part. That's on me. But look down here. How hard is it to... That's like glue and schmool down there. I just made up that word, schmool. You're going to tell me that you're refurbishing these things and fixing them when you can't even get rid of some gummy crap on the bottom of the phone? Come on, man.
They did not match the condition I expected.
All right, no, never mind. I was wrong. I missed it again. The glue did stay there. Refurbished hardware, everybody. GameStop, they're refurbishing it for you. Don't worry. Don't believe your lying eyes. They're lying to you. That dirt makes the consoles and the glue makes the consoles more valuable. Your PlayStation 5 overheats? Oh, that's okay. It's a new exciting feature. It shuts off because you've been gaming too much. It's good for your mental health. That's why it overheats.
It's about some new games from them that, in classic GameStop fashion, came in used but with a new sticker on the front.
Yeah, that's... look, I'm not a game collector. I buy 99.9% of my stuff digitally. It is what it is. But if I was going out to buy a game, and if I was a collector, and you bring it home and they're just slapping a big nasty sticker on there, and and it was already opened up, that's just no. If it's a new game, it should be new, not GameStop's version of new.
As I even bought some games from them that just hadn't showed up for over a month after purchasing. So after contacting support multiple times, they just wouldn't help me or just would not respond. So eventually,
their customer service is unbearable. The stores, the people are nice there, okay? But if you had, like, I bought the Mod Retro Chromatic, that's like the Game Boy that they're selling, that's FPGA. And the first one, no matter, I tried all different kinds of batteries, brand spanking new, different brands, and it would always say low battery. Trying to get that thing exchanged was an absolute nightmare. I was constant phone calls back and forth, and it's almost impossible. So he here is saying that he had to do a chargeback. And I get it, because if you're expecting GameStop to help you with a broken or defective product, good luck with that one.
I had to put in a chargeback for this order. And by the way, like I just said, the customer support is absolutely horrible. Like, I've made multiple videos in the past, and this is just...
Horrible is an understatement.
It's frankly just scratching the surface. It's so bad. Now, to be fair to GameStop, there were a handful of games I got in the past year that did show up on time and in the condition I expected, but just not most of them. Now, I also got a refurbished 360 that I returned because I had a stuck disk drive, wasn't clean at all, and had a fake controller included, so...
That's not even refurbishing. That is literally... You just plug in the console. Is it working? Hit the disk drive. You need proof that they're not refurbishing anything at all. Right there. Right there.
Yeah, that was returned. I then got a special edition Halo 5 Xbox One console that was magic erased, made weird grinding noises while it was running, and eventually turns off from overheating. So of course that was returned as well. And last but not least, I got a Galaxy Edition Xbox Series X that I paid.
This is amazing. They watch what they made and pay for this thing. And if you notice, though, that Xbox One, now admittedly, I have to say, the Xbox One I got from GameStop, I did a video on it back in the day. Yeah, it had the magic eraser of doom where it's like, oh, there's scratches on here? All right, we'll just use a magic eraser and we'll get rid of the scratches by making the whole console scratched. But beyond that, admittedly, my kids actually used that for over a couple years, and they were not kind to it, and it did last. But That is the extreme exception from GameStop where you get something working like that, not the rule.
Over $800 for, so you'd expect it to be in nice condition,
God.
but in classic GameStop fashion, they decided to ship it with no packaging, so both the console and controller.
No package. That is because they're like, oh yeah, you spent $800 on this console, but that, that bubble wrap might cost us a cent and a half to wrap around it. We need to maximize our profits on this, so we're not gonna pack it properly. We're not gonna refurbish it. And you, for whatever reason, I mean, you got it for a video, but I'm talking average consumer. You wanted a Xbox Series X Galaxy Edition. We're gonna make you pay essentially what you'd pay for brand new, and we're not gonna do anything to it. It's gonna come scratched up, and we're not gonna pack it properly. $800, please.
Or beat up with scratches all over them from them just quite literally bouncing around and shipping. I mean, the console worked, but for that much money, come on, man. Just package them up correctly.
Never gonna happen.
Bubble wrap, please. Oh, and guys, I should also mention, GameStop makes you pay for return shipping, even if it's their fault for sending you garbage.
And the thing is, too, we're in the era where, like Amazon, you could take a dump in a box. You could take a dump, like say you bought a Samsung Galaxy phone from them and you're like, you know what? I decided to take a dump on this phone. Yes, I'm exaggerating, but not by much. And I want to return it. All right, just make sure you put the turd in a separate bag. GameStop's like, oh yeah, we screwed up your order. It's totally on us. You want a return? Yeah, it's $15. Oh my God, they need to go out of business.
What? And you could email them and try to get them to fix stuff, but like I said, customer support is horrible, so you just kind of deal with the return shipping cost. And guys, this leads us to today, where I recently discovered that they just decided to ban me without telling me. And let me just show you what happens now.
So I'm gonna watch the rest of the video. I'll have a link to it below in the description. Okay, so he tried to order something from GameStop, and he was like, all right, I'm going to get another refurbished product. And he has his avenues that he does it. So I have a list of things here. He tried multiple of his own cards. Everything got denied. He tried PayPal. Didn't work. So if you're thinking maybe his card was declined or just maxed out or something, no. He tried his business and home. He tried to change his addresses. Didn't work. He tried his parents' address. Wouldn't work. He even tried an incognito tab on a random computer to signed out as a guest to order something from GameStop. Didn't work. So they worked with the NSA to find out Jacob R, any avenue that he could be buying products from, because they don't want him to expose their scam. They want to. It's the same thing that DK Oldies was doing, except they did it on steroids, where it's like, hey, you buy this refurbished console, you get a warranty. Good luck with that one. And we're fixing them up for you. And they use the word refurbished because it puts people's minds at ease. And when you have someone like Jacob R, who has over 600,000 subscribers, going, hey, these things aren't refurbished, they're pieces of crap, they're afraid that hurts GameStop's business. So they went out of their way to make sure they tried to block every single avenue that he could keep exposing them from, except one. And it's such a GameStop move to not block Jacob R from getting products this way.
She'll provide GTA signatures. Sure.
And do you have a phone number with us?
I do.
Jacob?
Yes.
$5.08 is your total for today. Thank you, never want to pay.
He could just walk in casually. They knew his name. He bought something and walked out. So it's like building a whole fortress and arming it to the teeth, and then just leaving the front door open. And the person you made the fortress to keep out just is like, all right, I'm just going to come in and go have a sandwich, maybe make a coffee. Listen, stop buying stuff from GameStop. Stop by. There are so many, and there's so many other competitors that do it so much better than GameStop. They don't care about their customers. They don't. I always thought that GameStop, maybe in the middle of the 8th generation at best, they would sunset. They would just go out of business. Sunset's the wrong word. They would just close down. Most people are buying their games, or the majority of people are buying their games digitally. And the way that GameStop back in the day made a bunch of money was through used games during, especially like the 7th generation and before digital distribution took over. That GameStop was a financial powerhouse because what they did was, because everyone was buying physical games, because downloading games just wasn't a thing until really the 7th generation, especially towards the second half. People would be like, oh, I want to get a new game, but I don't want to spend full money on it. Or I want to get money back for this game I'm not playing anymore, which they would give you even less for, because they would give you the option, and still to this day give you the option of either trading it in for credit, which you would get more, it would still be nothing, or you could get some money back. So even if you bought a game brand new, they would, and like you went back 3 days later, like, yeah, I bought this game brand new, but I'm not feeling it, or whatever the case may be. They would give you whatever pittance they would give it to you for. And if it was like a new game that just came out a few days ago or a week ago and you traded it in, they would only cut off or discount it like $5 as opposed to buying the game new. But their thing was, oh, you don't like the game, even though it's used, you have a week to return it. Whereas if it's a new game and you break the seal, you can't. So they would buy these games or take these trade-ins for next to nothing, and they would flip the games for double the price in a lot of cases. And they were just raking in the cash, but those days went away. And now we're just left with this company that's essentially a scam company, that there are so many competitors that do it 10 times better. And the fact that they tried to nuclear ban Jacob because they don't like the fact that he's exposing them for being frauds and not actually refurbishing their products says all that you need to know about GameStop. And it just shows how incompetent they are, that even though they blocked him in every way they thought possible, he could still walk in the store and buy whatever the hell he wants to. Oh, GameStop, you are a relic from a bygone era, and you need to be considered a relic, and just go the hell away. This is Rich Tomorrow, signing out. Have a good one.